I hadn't heard of the Midnight Gospel at any point before it slid into my Netflix feed, but I decided to jump in and watch the moment I read that Pendleton Ward was at the helm. What I found was unlike any expectation I could set for this new series. Each episode of The Midnight Gospel is an interesting, slow-churning journey initiated by curious conversationalist Clancy, voiced by Duncan Trussell. I love this strange world Clancy exists in. It feels similar in the atmosphere Adventure Time's universe had in its first season. Clancy is a chill content creator, often asking anyone up for it to join his Spacecast. I'm sure many connected with Clancy because of this, but his carefree interest of listening to anyone makes him, to me, even more of a respectable character. But that doesn't make him perfect. We learn through our time watching him that his carefree personality can be a detriment. The Midnight Gospel oozes personality from the beginning to end of each episode. There's a lot of soul, ideas, random thoughts, and passion that's poured into this. A lot of it visual, but just as much of it auditory. I wanted to prioritize what my ears were hearing, what Clancy was asking to the many characters, objects, and things around him, what they were responding with. But my eyes begged me to rerun each episode just to take in the interesting art and animation throughout. It's not that the art is the best thing I've ever seen. It's the intermingling of the conversation between Clancy and his interviewee, the concepts and purely blunt ideas from those interviewed, the subtle music and ambience behind it all, and the eye-catching art and animation that meshes with all of it to drive the story forward. It's been a while since a show has truly used art and animation the way The Midnight Gospel has. Much of what's on television barely takes advantage of the art form as it truly can be. Many adult-centric animated series put animation quality and especially detail of art in the backseat. That's not to say The Midnight Gospel has some high-value story structure. In fact, I would say outside of some of the ideas from those who were interviewed, Gospel's episodic structure is straightforward and simple, and is built on through the interview, art, and journey. Clancy goes to different universes and interviews random characters, which starts an adventure that ends by the end of the episode. The last few episodes interestingly change story direction and are where we learn much more about Clancy personally. I find incredible value, not just in story, not just in the art, not just in the dialogue. I find The Midnight Gospel is one of the most valuable pieces of television because it merges it all together seamlessly and fluidly without sacrificing one for the other, and it left me thinking about bigger things. The Midnight Gospel stands as one of my favorite animated shows of all time, and as of now, is at the top of the list for the 2020s. But what do you guys think of The Midnight Gospel? Of course, I want to know your thoughts in the comments. I will have a spoiler-free discussion at some point in the future. I wanted to make sure I didn't spoil anything for you guys if you haven't seen it. But anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.